Hey YouTube, it's Brian here, the Unlikely Runner, just doing a midweek check-in as well as a post-race review. Last weekend I ran the New Milford Education Foundation's 10K race, and they also offer a 5K course. Both races actually are extremely popular, and they run them simultaneously, and the first 2 miles are shared. Overall, a really great event, great local support, good vendors, food was fantastic. Post-race seemed to be plenty of food, plenty of entertainment, and plenty of people stuck around for a while after the race and well after the 5K awards were presented. They did do the award ceremony separately, the 5K and the 10K. So it was nice to see people hanging around and just waiting. Overall, a really great event. I heard a few people complain about a few things, and I had a few things I'd like to suggest or see better organized in the future. Overall, very easy to find the event. Signage was plentiful, plenty of volunteers, plenty of police presence. It is a closed course for the most part. If you haven't watched the race footage, I highly suggest it. It'll give you a really nice view and a really nice look into what the course entails, because there's really only one I would call it a substantial hill in the entire course. The rest of it is basically flat. So it's a really easy course to PR on, and I PR'd by well over a minute on this course. So extremely happy about that. Extremely happy about my performance personally. One of my biggest complaints was the start, and there was no timed corrals. You had 5K runners, 10K runners all jammed in there together, and no rhyme or reason. And you'll notice in the race footage, the first mile I really spent just dodging people, just trying to get myself in a position. I probably should have started further up in the pack. Fortunately, they do chip time you, so there was a 25-second difference between the clock time and my chip time, which is fairly substantial, and I really wasn't that far back in the pack, and just took that long to get people moved through. Overall, a really great event. Like I said, I'd like to just see that changed. You know, group people up by their mile times, and then move your corrals forward, especially with that many runners and running the 5K and the 10K simultaneously. Food was good. Nice selection of hot foods. I'm going to tell you, New Milford probably has some of the best races that I've come across. There's a couple others that I'd highly recommend. You know, obviously Tenafly and Oradell had really great pre and post race events. Food was fantastic, but it's definitely an event worth checking out. The course was closed. Really great volunteers. Water stops were plentiful. There was really no chance of getting lost on this course. It is a loop as well as a down and back section, especially on the 10K course. And the volunteers, like I said, were really enthusiastic, really supportive, and it was just a pleasure to run this course and run this race. And I hope I get the chance to run it again next year, and maybe set myself a new PR. I do want to take a second though and go back to the Skylander 5K and 10K challenge. I really like that race. It was a tough course, but you know, like I said, the volunteers were there, but they could have used a few more. But we're not going to go into that. Check out that video as well, the post-race review of the Skylander 5K 10K challenge. I do want to take a second though and recognize them, because they sent out a letter, and in this day and age, to get a letter is something a little different. It's always nice to see where your money goes, And they are one of those groups and one of those races that took a couple of minutes to let you know that that money goes to supporting their students, and that event provides scholarships to deserving students at the college. And they went on to say that nearly 70% of their students are in need of financial assistance to help them pursue their educational goals. So it's always nice to hear that your money is going to a great cause, and knowing this past race, the New Milford Education Foundation, again, that goes to scholarships to deserving New Milford students, and goes to the schools and helps, obviously create a better environment for the students of New Milford. And if you're really, want to go back and look at some of the other races and some of the other race administrators, that's one thing that I really like to hear. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. It's really, really nice to hear where your money's going, and that it's going to some really great causes. I'll say it again, I'm a sucker for any of the races that support anything to do with children, specifically special needs children. This race 2 weeks ago in Montville, the Montville PBA 5K, went to support a local family, and I got an email from the race administrator there, and as well as a personal note from the family that it helped. So it's just really nice to hear that your money's going to support or going to help people in need. And the pre-race information is really nice, but the post-race contact, post-race info is just as important. So keep that in mind. All right, guys. Coming up this weekend, this Sunday actually, I am running the Alexa's Thunder Run half marathon trail race in, I believe it's in Newton. I'd have to double check on that, but I believe it is Newton. And I ran this race last year. It was very challenging. This is the race that really got me started on it all. And I know I've said that a couple of times this past year, and I'm going to say it again because this is the race that made me really want to bring these videos to everybody, because there is some amazing views, some amazing footage, and some amazing, it's just an amazing course. And I really look forward to recording that and getting that posted as quickly as I can. It is a half marathon, and it's going to take me a little bit of time to get that edited, because it is so lengthy, and it's going to be just a lot of recording to go through. So I look forward to that. Again, I really, really look forward to this race. They're running it backward this year, which means the hardest part of it's going to be right up front. They're going to take it on head first, and so it's going to be an interesting change of events. Well, that brings me down to my final point. My annual mileage, my race mileage goal of 100 miles. I'm at 92.17 miles, and I'm going to hit my 100-mile goal at mile 8 in this next race. And I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. I've had a few suggestions. People say that I should just hold up a sign, or stop and celebrate right there in the middle of the race. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to PR this course. I'm going to certainly better my time from last year. But I don't know what I'm going to do. I really don't. If you have any suggestions, leave them down in the comments, and let me know what you think. Again, thanks for taking the time to check out my videos, and sharing them, commenting, whatever it is you do. And I'm going to say just peace out, and I'll talk to you really soon.